A quick look and explanation of what's going on here. So I ripped the ceiling out, which was wainscoting, and then there was just two 2x4s run the full length spanning across here. It was two short ones nailed together and some stuff scabbed on the side. I don't know why they didn't just run straight out from the house out to the front of the porch, but they didn't. So I tore those out as well. And I think what I'm going to do is just make my repairs and then apply the covering just directly to the underside of these, so the ceiling in here is kind of vaulted up higher. It looks nicer. So what has happened is the front of this porch has settled. So those columns went down, so the front edge went down, and then that pulled away. So pretty much everything is disconnected. So the hips, they're popped off completely. Let me zoom in. So nothing's holding on. I'm sure that 2x4 going down, that is probably a little attached, and then this is attached to the column. And then right here, this is kind of springing out right now, so I need to get that fixed in there better. So I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to go about fixing this yet, because it's not only pulled off, but it's weighed down. You can see, I think, the nails right above the joist. Probably too dark up in there, but that has dropped probably 6 inches, and then it's pulled out 1.5 inches. So I think I'm going to try to jack up the front of the porch and then put some sort of blocks up under the column, so it'll look like it's just some sort of little part of the column, and so that'll lift it up. This right here is super sloped down, probably more than I'm going to take out of it, but it'll make it look a little bit better. Then I'll just kind of figure it out as I go. Battery died, so while y'all weren't looking, I knocked the handrails out of the porch, jacked it up a little more, put in some 2x4 supports, took the jacks out. Probably going to toss in a few more 2x4s where it's not too big of a rat trap. They were like 2 bricks that had been all kind of cemented up that acted as bases. So the porch has a little bit of a dip in it, and then of course it's sunk on the outside, but that's better than sinking back there, because if rainwater gets on it, runs off of it, not, towards the house. One of the columns fell out while I was doing this. The columns are obviously way too short, and I could do some sort of extensions, and I understand that they have a little bit of a certain style that fits the house nicely, but what I'm going to do is make some box columns up. For doing so, I've got some 2x8s and then some 2x6s. So I'm going to make up boxes. This is untreated lumber, but what I'm going to do is dip them in some treatment stuff, and that will soak up in them, because they only usually rot towards the bottom. So this porch has good overhangs. Then I've got this 2x12, which I'm going to make sort of a base for the column. So just want to tell you that and kind of show you this, and then you can just kind of follow along from here. I'm about to do some work on the inside of the porch, and I was using my level and saw that when I jacked the porch up, I actually went up a little bit too high. About 1.25 inches is what it took to fix it. So what I ended up doing is I removed my posts. They're just lag bolted in and then held in place by the dirt, basically. So I backed the lag bolts out, dug around, pulled the posts out while I had them out to cut them a little shorter. I ended up wrapping the bottoms of the posts. I got a lot of comments about that, and I'm not too prideful to not change something. Since I already had them out, I went ahead and wrapped them with some painted aluminum. Now, treated material will eat up aluminum, but this is painted, so that's going to be a guard against that. And of course, I'm just adding to it. There's nothing you can do to make anything in this world last 100% forever. These posts already last a good amount on their own in direct contact with dirt. The other question people ask me is, did I just place these posts on dirt? No, there are footers down in those holes that I dug. That's just one of those things that just happened without filming it. As far as footers go, they're going to vary depending on where you're at, how deep they need to be, and the load that's being put on them. This is all very light, so they're not, some huge things or anything. So these I just wrapped in aluminum. These over here in the corner here and the other side, they're just there to just be nailers for how I'm going to close this in, so I didn't worry about pulling those out to do that. So I think that's that. What I'm going to be doing on the inside, I think I've settled on reframing these window openings to accommodate 3 windows, and I'll have vinyl replacement windows added into this porch. As of right now, I could change my mind in 5 minutes, I don't know.